older railway weavers on the right there as well. They make pork jewelry, things like hippos. If you have a look closely when you go see the elephants, all of their fences are railway.
I can't pretend. Just have to make them yours. Enter directly. Open the door. Dancing like no one is watching.
Now this is going to be the bumpiest part of the tour. We're going through a few potholes here. I can't avoid them.
You cannot see, don't need to worry about tomorrow's conflicts. Just enjoy the moment, make the most of life.
Dangerous, yeah.
Living, getting lost in the flow.
Okay, tell me what animals you're going to do here. Can you tell?
Oh, that's the worst bit up here. The front carriages just go through and take it nice and slow for it. I don't know. We are on the lookout for all different animals in here. There's a few birds that hang out in this space. We're usually quite lucky with our bird life because we've got a natural resource. We've got our water, it's that's all really good for any waving birds. And then we've got these predator-proof fences all around the space as well. So you see lots of birds in here. A bit secure for them. Today, who are we joined by? Looks like a lot of backfire geese up on the island on our right. That's cool. And, oh, there we go, a whistling kite in the sky on the right as well. So that's a bird of prey. Might be looking for a little bit of lunch.
There's no time to stop.
Wow, look around. You find good animals around, wild animals.
Walking on the street.
Yeah, you just note down, okay, what animals you see.
Here's tomorrow's conflicts. Just enjoy the moment. Make the most of life. Staying so forward to the beat. Unexpected surprises. Make life so sweet.
So the name Blackbuck, telling us a little bit about the wood. We have got one male in here. If you can spot one that is much
Dancing
darker
through the
than the rest,
rhythm like there's no
very
tomorrow.
long horns.
From highs to lows, I'm embracing the sadness. Life is full of twists and turns, you know it's true.
Two girls out on the
But
right
when unexpected surprises arise, I'm
It's
brave.
an interesting behaviour.
Dancing like no
The ones on
one
the
is
left, they're very
watching.
huddled together. You can see they're facing almost every direction. There'll be one facing pretty much every way so that they can see any predators coming. This is a little bit of a defensive, but if they're sitting together like this, gives them the best chances of seeing and hearing things and passing on to the other group. It might be possibly because the wind has picked up a little bit. That wind makes it hard for them to hear. It kind of funnels in and it stops them from being able to hear as easily. So they might have been feeling a little bit nervous at the moment.
Live life without regrets.
I'll leave them to it. We're going to go through our next set of gates into the wildlife corridor. We're really lucky. We have the Werribee River running straight through the middle of our zoo. We're one of like 5 or 6 zoos in the world that have a natural river running through the middle. And I mean, that's a huge responsibility, right? This is a natural waterway that animals rely on. So we decided to make it a wildlife corridor where things like wallabies and kangaroos and whatever else might be hopping around can access it still. If you look at the fences in here, they're all cut off at the bottom. There's enough space to let any of the native wildlife move nice and easily through the space.
Yes, Michelle.
Now, as we
Look in the
cross the
jungle.
Werribee River,
Nichelle,
we're
can you see
going
any
from
animals out
Bunurong
there?
country into Wotherong
Yeah.
country. And this border between countries
we are
and
in the
Aboriginal
jungle.
culture, it's a really
Yeah.
sacred place. Spaces like this would be about
Where we
sharing,
are.
celebrating, storytelling. So I like to think we are kind of honouring all of those traditions
We
in
are
our
in
own
the
ways.
jungle. We are in the jungle, Nichelle. Yes, we are in the jungle. Now, Nichelle, into another section, Nichelle. Now you'll see lots of animals. Giraffe. Ready for giraffe? Nichelle, ready for giraffe? Yeah? I think giraffe. Yeah.
Wasn't sure if
You're
we were
gonna
gonna
see
make it for a
giraffe
second there,
now,
but
okay?
Maybe
Alright,
too much lunch. Now we got some company coming up on the right. Oh, so excited to see these ones. They've been hiding away the last few days, so this is pretty special for us. We're about to meet some North American bison. Make sure we smile really big to this vehicle on the right. That's the director of the zoo driving that vehicle. All right, let's have a look at these bison coming up. So North American bison. This is a group of females with one male in there. Now you can usually tell him apart because his head is quite a bit bigger and he is quite a bit bigger. He's lying down at the moment, but can we figure out which one he is? He looks super fluffy on top of his head too. I think we've worked out which one he is. They're all looking nice and warm at the moment. They grow in their own winter coat to keep them comfortable in the cooler months. And, oh, this is such a good view. Our Taki, our Mongolian wild horses, right up on the fence line here. They're a really special animal to us here. They were almost completely extinct. There were less than 30 of them left in the entire world in the 1960s. So we're talking recent history. There was a massive conservation effort, a big push to bring their numbers back up to secure that species so it didn't go extinct. And we've been a part of that. We're part of the international breeding program. And a couple of the foals that were born here at Werribee Zoo, they're back out in the wild. They went through a rewilding process and they're living in Mongolia in a national park. That is so incredible.
So, yeah. Now what do you want to see, Nichelle? Oh, nice, a rhino.
Alright, any
Nichelle,
guesses
rhino
who we might be
sanctuary.
meeting next?
Rhino.
Let's see how we go. We should be able to get a few rhinos in the next space.
We're moving into rhinos.
To
Nichelle,
get in
close
there,
your eyes.
we have to go through my favourite setup gates. I call these ones the Jurassic gates. And I have got a challenge for you. It's nice and easy, I promise. I just want you to try and make a memory down here. Maybe take a mental picture, a mental snapshot that you can think back to later this week or later this month. I'll ask you about that when we come through the gates later.
Yeah, we're moving into the third gate, Nichelle. It's a rhino. Wow.
We're going to take a little bit of a scenic route into the savannah today. Keep those eyes left to get an idea of where we're going. We're going to go
Wow,
a little bit
look,
slow.
yeah.
Because I've just heard the bus in front of us is undergoing a slight hold up. One of the rhinos is just standing in the middle of the road. We might see that one as we come along too, but we're going to be stuck behind that one until it clears up. So let's just sit back and enjoy.
Look, rhino, Nichelle, rhino. That's one horn rhino. Look at, yeah. That look, it's quite far, but you still can see. Look. Yeah. Nichelle. Hello, Nichelle. Yeah. Now we're moving into giraffe section, Michelle. You're gonna see lots of giraffe. Okay, just wait. Yes, Michelle. Are you quite excited? Aren't you, Michelle? You excited? What are you doing? What are you doing there? What's wrong, Michelle? Yes. We move into Werribee Zoo. Pretty big one, Sean. Yay! Yay! Now what's up? What's coming up? What's coming up, Nisha? Giraffe. 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 Wow. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Now it's ostrich. It's an ostrich, I think, yeah? Yeah, ostrich or flamingo. Oh, we just passed through there. Look here, on this side. On this side, teacher. On your right hand side. Yes. Ostrich.
Alright, a little bit of company for us over here. Meeting a few more ostriches. So these are the male ostriches. Remember the girls we saw earlier? Can anyone tell me the difference? The males, they're much darker, aren't they? They've got these striking black and white feathers, whereas the girls, well, they're a bit more of a sandy brown, grey colour. All to do with camouflage. Typically, if there's a nest, the male will sit on that nest during the night time. The girls sit during the day. So it's going to help to protect their eggs.
Look, Richard. You see the ostrich?
Now we are going down a bit of a steep hill next.
You see the ostrich?
If you're a bit scared, don't worry. That's fine. You can just close your eyes like me, or you can pretend you're on a very slow roller coaster.
Oh, we're going down. Richard, we're moving down. So it's steep. Yeah. Ooh. Going down.
Alright, welcome to our lower savannah. Now it sounds like that rhino hold-up has just cleared up ahead of us. We'll see how we go. She's already done that 2 or 3 times today. So
Lisa, look here. On your right.
We'll see how we go, but we're going to make our way over. It looks like most of the animals are hanging out on the other side of the savannah at the moment. While we make our way towards them, I want you to keep your eyes out for any giant piles of poo. The really, really big piles, that is rhino poo. That's how we know they're here. That's how we know they're up in the rhinos here. That's how we know what each of them ate for breakfast or dinner. Maybe how much they've been drinking. They will tell each other everything about these piles of poo. One of the easy things for them to do with these though, it's actually a really good way of finding their way around. Rhinos, they don't have great eyesight, but they have an incredible sense of smell. To them, this is telling all sorts of stories, but on the right, perhaps this is saying, oh, there's a porcupine with some really tasty grass. Well, there's something that I enjoy that I want to come back to later. So, well, if I'm a rhino, I'll just poo next to it, and then I can sneak my way back to it. Now we have got some rhino company coming up on the left. I'm going to introduce you to these three before we get there, and then I'm going to go absolutely silent so you can just enjoy the moment without me talking in the background. We're going to meet our great-grandma Marquet. She's the one closest to us on the left-hand side. She is in her mid-40s. Her daughter is Cece.
You're gonna see the rhino
in the
poo.
distance on our right. We'll meet her
Listen,
soon.
you're gonna see the rhino
It's
poo.
Cece's
Look,
daughter Camille
rhino
is
poo.
with us here on the left.
Rhino poo.
And
Hey,
she
Sean.
is hanging out pretty
Oh
close
my God.
to her young
Look,
calf,
that's the
Jamalani,
rhino poo.
who's 11 months old.
Oh,
Now,
11
I'm gonna
months
go silent
old.
here. You try and do
So
the same
young.
so you can listen to these
Very
rhinos.
young. Very young. Yeah. Very young. Rhino. Oh my God, rhino. What rhino is it? No, you can't do that, Nishal. You can't. Never ever try, okay? Right? Look. Oh, rhino is so danger. Look, the baby rhino, 11 months. Look, the baby rhino, that's 11 months old. Nishal, have a look at baby rhino. Where's baby rhino? Where is baby rhino? Baby rhino. 11 months old, Nisha. Look. Baby rhino. Baby rhino. You see the rhino poo? Wow. Where is the giraffe? Yeah. I hope you can see. Wait for a giraffe.
Moving. We're just starting to see the bump of these last two rhinos up ahead. So, the one sort of to our left, that belongs to Cece. She's the middle of that family tree. And then there's another one up on the right, that's Latava. Latava's not actually related to any of these girls, but she's been alongside the family so long that we nicknamed her the
Yeah. It's a look.
always around.
Antelope, I
Cece and
guess.
Latava, these two up the front here, are really well bonded. They're a good example of some of the bonds you see out in the wild as well between southern white rhinos. They form really strong friendships and relationships with each other. Girls, they'll hang out in more of a herd structure like this, like we're seeing here. We've got 4 of the females with one young. You'd see that in the wild. And then you'd see males be a little bit more solitary a lot of the time. But sometimes they'll join a group like this too.
Party too. Look, what's this? One.
These
One
rhinos
rhinoceros
are the only
again,
gentle
Isha, look.
giant hanging out with us. We've got some giant antelopes on the right-hand side, spread out really far and wide. They are eland, one of the heaviest antelopes in the world. We've got some claim games of zebras.
Look, giraffe, Nisha,
on the
giraffe.
right.
Look, giraffe. There.
Nice and relaxed.
It's quite far.
So the body language
Oh,
we're
we're getting
seeing
close
here,
to giraffe.
they're spread out. We're not huddled super close together. They're happily grazing away, so they're not fully focused on their surroundings. That is showing us that they are
Oh, wait, we're getting closer to the giraffe, Michelle.
And then we've got some giraffes coming up on the left as well. With some very ominous clouds moving just behind them. And we're looking to meet 6 male giraffes at Werribee Zoo. They're only boys here. We're still part of the Australasian giraffe breeding program. We're kind of like the retirement village. These boys, they are not needed in that breeding program anymore. So they get to come to us and hang out in a bachelor herd.
Look, giraffe, Michelle. Get ready.
I'll introduce you to them. I'll tell you how to tell them apart as well. There are a few really good tips on tricks. The first one will be on the left-hand side. His name is Jelani. Jelani is, well, really bright white between his spots. He's really pale compared to the rest of the boys, so easy to tell him apart. Second in line is Harold. Harold has tiny spots on his bum. And third in line is Ajali, or AJ, who has really wrinkly skin on his belly and his bum. They're the 3 adults. They're all over 12 years old. And then we've got 3 youngsters, all under 5.
Yeah,
These
Nisha,
ones
3
are hard to
giraffe.
tell
Oh,
apart. We've got
3
Jessie
more here.
and David nice and close together. If you have a look at the top of their heads, one of them has a shorter ossicone. So those horn-like structures on their head are called ossicones. One of them is a little shorter. That is Jessie. David has very crisp spots.
The younger one
Leo
is Jessie. Nisha. Her name is Jessie, Nisha. Nisha. Now, look, Jessie. Look. Her name is Jessie.
Now we've spoken about rhino poo. Does anyone know what giraffe
Rhino
poo looks
poo? Rhino poo?
like? It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's actually not as big as you would think. To find some giraffe poo, you need to find some little pellets, almost like Malteser size, but they're not in a pile super close together. They have to be really spread out. You've got to think about where it's coming from, right? Where's a giraffe's bum? Is it close to the ground? Not really. It's very high up into the air. The bum itself, probably about 2 meters in the air. So if there are little tiny pellets dropping from that high, they're going to scatter. They're going to spread out really far. That is how you find giraffe poo. Now you might think, why is it so small compared to rhino poo? It's all just about their stomachs, really. Giraffes, they redigest their food. So they eat some leaves and stuff. They swallow it, their stomach starts to break it down. They bring it back up, they chew it some more. They swallow it again, digest it a bit, bring it up, chew it some more. Keep doing that. So they're eating less food, but eating a lot of the time, processing a lot of the time. Rhinos, on the other hand, they eat a lot of food, but they don't process it as well. So it kind of goes in one end, comes out the other end, continue that process on repeat. Is that enough poo chat for you? Do you want one more bit? See all these animals on our right. We've got zebras, we've got waterbuck in the middle there, another antelope species, but they're all sort of a smaller animal, especially compared to your eland, your rhinos, your giraffe. They do something really cool to try and keep themselves a bit safer from predators. They'll find a big pile of poo like this one on our left, and they will lay down in it. They'll roll around in it. They will coat themselves in that rhino poo. Because if you smell a bit like rhino poo, you smell a bit like a rhino. And the rhinos, they don't have many natural predators in the savannas. A lot of animals, well, they're not going to go for a rhino unless they're absolutely desperate. So, if you can smell a bit like a rhino, you're kind of hoping that if there's a predator down the other end of the savannah and it's only using its nose, it's not really using its eyes just yet, maybe it's going to give you a miss completely. The tricky bit is that those lions, say, they'll also roll around in rhino poo. They're doing the same thing. They're trying to disguise their own scent as well. So it's called scent masking, and most animals do it. If you've got dogs at home, you might see them roll in some gross things sometimes.
Okay, now we're
It's
moving.
the exact same behaviour. So if you do go see the lions later, if you've already seen
Now we're
them,
moving into next.
if their manes are looking nice and shiny and brilliant, well, that's the secret. It's all to do with the poo. Alright, I'll stop on the poo chat now.
Very excited. It's very excited. Look, see. Oh, it's very exciting. Yes.
But I think it's time for us to start heading back towards the safari station. These clouds are becoming nasty, so let's go for it. Go through the drag stations again. Once on the other side, make sure they're closed properly behind us. It's about a 60-second wait. It's a good time to think of whichever animal you took a mental snapshot of. If you haven't yet, there's a pretty good chance on our right just here. One more look at our baby rhino on the way up.
Picture? Oh, rhino. Okay.
I think that's my snapshot there. That's the memory I'm going to take home. The three of them just grazing away. Oh, beautiful marquee coming up on the left as well. That's the great grandma.
Okay, giraffe. Easy.
Maybe for you, maybe it was the rhinos when we saw them earlier on. Maybe it's those giraffes as we came around the corner. Or had a really nice view of all the eland walking alongside the bus for a moment there. Whatever it is, I want you to picture it. I want you to get it into your brain.
Oh, wow. Moving back. Yeah.
With them as a memory. Whatever it is, I'm going to use the minute that we are stuck outside this gate to say thanks. Because by coming to the zoo, you are helping whichever animal it is you're thinking of, no matter how big or small. Even better than that, you're helping the entire species, not just the one, not just Harold the giraffe or Marquet the rhino. You're helping these ones here, you're helping their wild counterparts. Our zoo is a conservation-based zoo. We are all about trying to protect these animals in the wild. Not just these ones, a whole bunch of them. We couldn't do it without your help, basically. By coming to the zoo, you've paid to come in today, or you've paid for a membership, whatever it is. That money goes back towards conservation. So a massive thank you. If you want to do one more thing for us, literally just tell your friends. That's it. I'm not going to say, go buy something, go spend more money. No. Tell your friends, tell your family, go Werribee Zoo. It was really fun. I had a great day. I enjoyed this thing. Anyway, thank you, basically, is the message. We're going to cruise back to the station. Let's try and beat this rain in. I'm going to go quiet so you can just sit back and relax for a minute. Yammering away up here. I'll let you know if something exciting happens though.
Wow, look, Mission. Rhino Sanctuary. Where's Mission? Get back. Get back. Get back. We're getting back. We're getting back. We're getting back. Where we start from. Yeah. Okay, we're getting back, Nisha. Look, the breeze. There's the breeze, Nisha. Ah. Yeah. It's a whole two line. Oh. So, go back to the station. Yeah, go back to the station. What station? The Safari station. Yes, Nisha. Small deer? Yeah, deer? Sure. Where is the peacock? Peacock. Can't see the peacock. Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. That's
almost all the way back at that Safari station. Before we get back there, I want to say thanks for jumping on board. Special thanks to any members with us as well. It's because of our members we can keep running these tours every day of the year. If you were thinking about signing up, you need like a little bit more incentive. I mean, baby rhino should be enough, but you know. If you use today's ticket price towards the membership price, they'll take that off, so you save a little bit of money if you want to do that. Talk to any of the staff on the way out about that. As we pull into the station, just stay in your seats for like a minute longer while we get the doors open for you. If you've got any questions or anything weird or wonderful or dropped anything, you can let me know. I'll be hanging out alongside the bus. We're just going to cruise nice and slow in. It looks like there's 2 buses in there at the moment. It should be moving off any second, so we'll cruise slowly. Otherwise, hope you had a wonderful tour with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day at the zoo.
Hey, Nisha, you want a handshake? You want a handshake? Nisha? Yeah, yeah. Look. Nice. You like it? Wow. extended arm. Ready? The last. Change shoes in that.
There's another rabbit.
That is the party station. Oh, it's a yeah.